Always helpful.
I'm probably gonna edit out that cough. I'll cough more before this is done. So, all right. Ta-da! Oh, that's, has that been at home? What you're
What?
working on right now?
No, it's actually been in my bag that I lug in and out, 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 in and out.
Good morning. See, I told you I'd cough again. Good morning and welcome to the Sun Dragon Sideshow.
The Adventures of Liz and Rebecca.
And it looks gloomy in here because it's gloomy outside right now. I am Rebecca. I am the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in downtown Brevard, North Carolina. And I usually put the weather before saying Brevard. And I'm a little off my game today, like I have been for like a month or two, but you know, who's counting? It's rainy and nasty and not freezing because it's summer. Brevard, North Carolina.
I'm Liz. I'm the minion there. It's
Liz is like, I'm just waiting till I can say my name. Yeesh.
It's actually Tropical Storm David that came ashore. And
Is that what this
Yes.
is? Okay. I knew there
it's
was
the
a D.
remnants of it. Like
Yeah.
it's
drizzly and
drizzly
nasty.
and just nasty,
And we don't know if it's gonna get more nasty. So we
there's
have
a chance of thunderstorms and everything all day today. So it's weird.
probably gonna get more nasty.
I did find blue sky on my way in, and there was a rainbow, and there
I
was
missed
more
all of that.
drizzle. Like the blue sky was just right there where 64 blends in with the rest of the the turn, and like you look up and there's this rainbow, but it's sprinkling. And there's blue sky behind the car, but I never saw it driving through it. Like it was weird.
I have too much dense foliage I drive through. I don't see any of that. So yeah. So it's nasty out. We have some appointments set up. I have a meeting over lunch on Zoom. And anyone else who wants to come shopping today, of course, this video, by the time it gets up, half the afternoon might be over, but please make an appointment to come inside. It's the easier way to do it because it's nasty outside, and we are still requiring masks inside, and we have paper ones. My sister was saying she had to wear a lot of paper ones recently for doing Sarah stuff, and she said it's actually not, because she's been wearing the heavy cloth ones like we have, like the whole pandemic, and she said they actually aren't that bad.
No,
I mean, not that the cloth ones, I'm used to the cloth ones, so I don't think they're that bad. But
I use the paper ones if I double mask.
Yeah. The ones the 95, the KN95 ones I was using to double mask, that was a lot.
The paper ones I put under my fabric and masks, and they have the little nose thing.
And we have those at the shop now. So if people don't have a mask because they're not wearing them regularly, we have a way for you to come in. Ta-da! So, but we're looking to protect everybody, especially there's more stuff coming out. Not to be like all dreary at the beginning of this. There's more stuff coming out about immunocompromised people, even if they're vaccinated, how much protection they really have. So we're looking out for those people too. So anyway,
because we have some of them.
Because we know some of them. Not us personally, but we know some of them. So we should talk about our weekend and stuff and keep people company like we usually do.
So, Saturday,
I'm still pulling myself out of funks, so let's do it. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And we sat outside because it wasn't raining.
It wasn't raining. It was actually the temperature was nice. And we sat outside under the tent because they were doing a downtown painting thing.
Plein air, which is like painting in the open.
Yes.
And painting outside, what you see. Yay.
People were wandering around looking at the people painting, and
not as much as Friday though. That was crazy.
And Friday was all the camp kids.
Mm-hmm. It was busy. It was very busy in town. Oh, my watch is doing weird things. So we, instead of skulking whatever inside and trying to get all this work done, which we still have to get done. We sat outside and knit a little bit when we weren't helping customers or talking to customers, which was also wonderful. So come visit and come talk to us. That might have been like half the knitting I've gotten done since we filmed on Thursday was what we did outside
That
on
was
Saturday.
most of the knitting I did on the weekend.
Because most of the weekend I was just so busy or other things to do or maybe trying to rest. What's that? So
Yeah, it was craziness.
oh man. So we should talk about what we so this is a project that is, guess what it is? Are you surprised? It's a papillon. But you said it's been in your project bag.
It's been in my
just
project
buried?
bag that no, not really
Is
buried.
is this a
It's-
Christmas one?
It is. It's Nini's.
Ah,
This
I'll
this
try to
color
jack some
in
color up
here
and
is
post off.
called August, and it's her birth month. So that's the theme of her papillon. And
Yeah.
what I decided this week, because last week I was playing with the Arctic wrap, I'm playing with my 1864 shawl, I'm just bringing it in, knitting for
fun.
this, and then putting it up and never touching it. And I was like, I should really work on my Christmas stuff. And since I'm not going to have a weekend to do that until not this coming, but the next weekend, I should bring them in and work on them.
Wait, what's weekend? What's keeping you from
next weekend? I'm changing my dreads. So that's like,
I was like, I don't understand why. What? Now I understand.
Yeah. So,
because in like 3 weekends we're doing another virtual sit and stitch, right? On a Sunday this time. So you're trying to get stuff done before that.
My hair is at its almost 4 weeks, so I'm like, I should redo it. Yay! But I got new roving and might have started a new batch of dreads. So,
we were FaceTiming and I couldn't hear what she was saying half the time because she was felting dreads.
I was trying to be quiet.
No, I think it was also where the phone was set up.
Yeah, it was.
The microphone was half covered or something. Anyway,
it was in a cup.
Well,
the
microphone was half covered.
I stuck it in the glass, so you sound like you were in a cave.
A little bit.
That would have been,
yeah. She sounded like she was in a cave. Anyway,
so I did that. I juiced a watermelon. I made a dress, a pair of pants.
I worked.
That's what I did this weekend.
On Saturday, I worked on a full repeat of the pattern for this. I think last time we talked to y'all, I was trying to decide what color to use. And of course, what y'all were leaning towards, which I was pushing people towards anyway, and was more interested in, is the color I picked. I picked the green color of Noro Nishiki.
It wasn't so much of a trap this time.
Well, I led people into the trap and then no one was trapped because we were all happy with the decision. Yeah. So no, it wasn't as much of a trap.
Normally it's, hey, what color do you think I should use? It's a trap.
And everybody says a million different things and I have to pick what I wanted anyway. Or just kind of go with it. I don't know. So so this is the swatch. If you go look on social media, the swatch was not as wide as this, and so the stripes, the color changes were thicker, but this is what's happening with mine. And it's hard for the camera right now to pick up. There's a lot of intricate texture in this in between just it's like purl for 2 rows and knit for 1 and purl for 2, and yeah, there's a method to the madness. You just have to keep track. But I can even see on camera here, there's some eyelets here. And there's small drop stitches here. It just wrapping the yarn twice around the needle when you're making a stitch means on the next one you drop one of those wraps. They're just, the drop stitches are just slightly elongated, just a little bit, instead of like huge drop stitches, which also can look very cool. There is a little bit, there's like 2 rows of ribbing in here too, which if you're not paying attention, you won't even notice. But it gives you something different to do. This is a 42 row repeat from the bottom of the ribbing up to here. So 42 rows is what I've gotten done on this so far. And this is essentially like, it may look really wide because everyone keeps telling me I've lost weight and it's because I'm not eating, which is not good. So losing weight in a healthy fashion is a goal at some point, or keeping the weight off in a healthy fashion. But So this might look like it's a lot wider than I am. This is the back I'm working on right now, but essentially this pattern is two squares with some shaping for the neck at the top, and then you just put a little bit of edging on the sleeve. So it's like a drop shoulder sweater without really doing much to make sleeves except put an edging on it. So usually a drop shoulder sweater, the shoulder drops down to here. It's wider, so the body is part of the shoulder, and then you would add sleeves. But this is a summer top, so we're not actually adding full sleeves. We're just adding a little bit of edging. I got my all my different things out here to show you. So on a skinny mini in a small, and to all you skinny minis out there watching, here you go. But I am not a skinny mini. So this is a size small. I'm making, I want to say, an extra large or something. It's a few sizes bigger. So we'll see how it falls if I can get it done. Because I have so many projects going. And I want to say I worked on like 2 this weekend. I worked on that one. And when I got through a repeat, the crunch time knitting, which has been my knitting for 2 morning meditations in a row now, because it's really all I'm working on. I also, with Mondays.
2 in a row?
Yeah, I know. It's shocking, isn't it? Today's morning meditation and yesterday's were both the shawl for my niece, because I have to get it done. And plus, it's the only thing, like, I was focusing mainly on it last week as well. And I kept throwing in morning meditations of just a couple rows on something else, just to change it up a little bit. But it was annoying me that I was doing things I hadn't really made any progress on since maybe the last time y'all had seen it. So this morning I just went,
breaking all the rules this week.
I would say something trite like rules are made to be broken, but I'm a control freak. So that actually is really, really hard for me. But supposedly that's part of my therapy. I don't know. Just a hot mess right now. Look at this. I'm so close. I'm just, it's beautiful. And it's all I worked on yesterday, which I didn't have much time to work yesterday because between the newsletter and running into town a few times for various things and tips and tricks, there wasn't a lot of time to work on stuff. So that I even got some stuff done is really cool, a miracle. And I'm holding this upside down. So because and Liz says it looks cool. So that means it looks cool, but I'm holding it upside down. So the lace work kind of shows because on the Likey black cords, see what happens there? It just kind of wibbles and wobbles and curls. So this is big enough now that I think the cord that it was on over on this side was like a 47-inch cord. And it goes from the edge over there to like here. And it fits on the cord. Like when I'm knitting, I just jam it all on the cord. But if I want to show it off to y'all, I have an extra needle I've put this side on for pictures online today. So because the way we have the mic set up, you won't hear me when I get close to the camera. I'm going to explain. This is the archways on the Scottish Highlands shawl. And I am through charts A and then B and C were done together because you start to have extra thing happening in the middle. I'm through all of those. And I think I only have chart D left. Isn't that pretty? So cool. They're supposed to look like cathedral arches, and they do, especially when I hold them the other way around. And I just think that's going to be so cool. The original pattern has you change to the black here and then do this in the black, like whatever color is happening here also does the bottom part. And I'm making this for my niece for her birthday, which is on the 5th, which is like, because of the holiday weekend, this probably will not get to her in time. But in spirit, it will be done before her birthday. So that way her birthday gets to keep going because she has a present show up after her birthday. It's
always a plus.
Because I'm pretty sure on the 5th, it's considered like the holiday part since the 4th falls on a Sunday. Mm-hmm. There won't be any mail delivered on Monday. So because they'll call that part of the holiday. So, but I still just want to get it done. I'm going to focus on getting this done. I am playing Yarn Chicken This is still my first skein. This is what's crazy. I feel like it's the porridge pot that never ends. This is still my first skein of this turquoise. And the rows are ridiculously long now, but I'm gonna see. If I took bets, if I was a betting person, I would bet that this is gonna run out maybe a half row before I'm supposed to be done with it. And I will either start using the black then, or maybe start the black early, or I'll have to open a whole nother skein or I have the leftovers y'all saw on Thursday, maybe.
Mhm.
That's a totally different dye lot, but I think it goes well enough. We'll see. Look, it's my thumb. I will keep you all updated because I bet unless I have to take it home and block it, I can show it. I'm hoping I can finish it during knit night tonight, or at least finish this color during knit night tonight, because I think it's just chart D and then the edging. I think. We'll see. But I'm really super excited by this. I'm really super excited.
It looks so cool.
And yes, I've broken all of my rules, and it was morning meditation for 2 days in a row. Even though it may not look that different in the videos and stuff, I was hitting a different section of it. And I just need to only be working on this right now. So, and nothing else has any progress on it.
I made one stripe of progress on Saturday on my shop. It's my shop project. Like, it generally sits over in the comfy
it's
chairs.
Yeah. I'd go this way, but then the microphone's not in range.
So
it's another Papillon.
it's Encore.
Encore tweed.
Encore tweed.
Which is one of the few tweeds. We only have a couple of tweeds in the shop, I will say. And so if people like tweed but don't like acrylic, we're kind of SOL for them.
I'm doing it on a 10.5.
It looks pretty.
It is coming out so awesome. And I like it because it's washable. Like, you could chuck it in the washing machine.
And
so
usually, like, what?
Go ahead.
Usually for a Papillon, one of your big Papillons with worsted weight yarn with a bigger needle, the cost is going to add up. And you've done stuff with really fancy yarn, and it's like, wow,
$200.
Yeah.
And
we made a kit for this online in the Lizified Papillon section. And what did it run?
I bought 3 skeins of my main color, and then the others with I bought the Addi needles with those. I think it was like $100 total with the needles and
like the yarn itself. I want to say on our
like
listing might only be like $60 or something.
66 somewhere in there.
$60 or $70.
It's not bad for a Lizified.
Huge heavyweight Papillon is really cool. I mean, a fingering weight Papillon, normal size, we can put together a kit for like $50, maybe $40. Depending on
the yarn,
depending on a lot of options. Our more cost-effective fingering weight Papillons are probably $40 to $50.
Yeah.
So a big one with lots of yarn, that just makes it really cost-effective, which is really cool. I'm trying to think about if I actually worked on anything else. So I mentioned this one is the Kay Hopkins Scottish Highlands shawl. I mentioned Scottish Highlands. I didn't mention Kay's name. She has wonderful shawls. She has so many shawls. I don't know where to start. They're like, I didn't put her stuff in the newsletter this week, but I put a handful of shawls and ponchos and things in the newsletter this week that are like, hey, I noticed these. They're really cool. I have so many projects going. Someone else make one of these. Someone else do it. Why is this mic so close to me? Okay. I don't know. Okay.
Probably because we didn't do a very good job of setting.
I just plopped it out there, and so I'd look through these others, and I don't like. I think during knit night, I separated the sleeves on my Easy Eyelet yoke cardigan, but I put that on for y'all, right after I'd separated the sleeves. I've knit a few more rows because it was a morning meditation, so I can but how much progress is that really to show you? I've done that much.
an
That much.
inch.
I've done an inch under the sleeves, and that's minuscule. Life lessons. Sometimes progress. This is what I put for this one. Sometimes you don't see progress for a while, and sometimes you see a lot of progress, and sometimes you just have to wait.
Like with
and,
the
and
Papillon,
trust that you're actually making progress.
it looks like progress every stripe you do.
Yes.
Every stripe.
And then
you
the
rub.
stripes start taking longer.
And then they take forever. But with a sweater, an inch doesn't ever look like that much.
You hit a point where you feel like you're never going to be
Yeah.
done. But you have to trust that progress is still happening.
Yep.
These are words I need to take to heart. I need to trust that progress is happening, or that progress will happen.
It's another life lessons from knitting.
All of these will make it into tips and tricks someday. I already have. I need to start taking more more notes, because I already have the thing about assumptions. That came up yesterday, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So making assumptions in the pattern. Liz keeps talking about that, how knitters like check the pattern, and crocheters glance at it and check the pattern over their shoulder. Don't do that, or try not to, because that can go in bad directions, right?
It
Anyway,
can get sad.
It can
very
get sad
fast.
real fast. Yeah. I'm not putting this on right now because it's not on some enough of a stretched out needle cord that, it'll pop off and I would be sad. So that's another one, trying to make something fit when it doesn't. But how do you know unless you try it on?
Aggressive blocking.
Can we aggressively block people? I don't think so.
We can, but it's not
It's
healthy or
it's really not healthy. Oh no. Maybe that's what happened. Oh man. Anyway. Not something I'm gonna, yeah. So those of you who come to knit night or sit and stitch, this is an enticement to come, although I'm gonna try to be better tonight. Know a lot of what I'm talking about right now. Anyway, so I was late coming in, and we have shoppers coming right at 10. So we could talk about some other stuff. I mean, I can pull out more projects that I'm working on, but deadline knitting can sometimes take over and other things don't get done. And on top of that, I will say that while for me, knitting and crocheting is a great source of stress relief and therapy and everything, sometimes life gets so overwhelming, it's hard to pick up the needles or the hook. And I know I've heard that from some of you all during the pandemic, or when you're finally getting to visit family, it's hard to get progress done on things, and that's okay. And how much easier is that for me to say to someone else, right?
Well, we both like Monday night we text back and forth, like, I didn't get anything done this weekend that I wanted to do, and
you got stuff done though.
Well, but both of us say that to each other, like, I got stuff done, but I kept allowing myself to be distracted by other things,
which is okay.
I juiced a watermelon at 8:45 at night. I should be going to bed. Let's juice a watermelon.
Well, but and for like, I'm sure a lot of you out there can agree with this. It's so much easier to give someone else advice than to take it yourself, right? Like, what would you say if someone came up to you and said, I didn't get enough done this weekend, or I didn't get what would I say? I'd say it's okay. But I can't say it. Oh wait.
Sorry.
You're fine. But
okay, I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah. That last one just snuck up. I was like, it's coming.
As I was trying to so eloquently put.
Sorry, I ruined your vibe.
No, it's. I can say that to someone else and mean it. And then when it comes to saying it to myself, no, I have goals and deadlines and I need to do X, Y, and Z and blah, 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 blah. So, yeah.
I have goals and deadlines. I started 4 Papillons.
Mm-hmm. And is this
in May?
And is this a new dress you're wearing?
It is.
See, she got a dress done.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I didn't finish anything. No. Finished it this morning?
Yeah. Because I juiced a watermelon. I even made pants that I finished this morning.
Are you gonna
'cause-
flash us so we can see?
Well, I don't have to pull up so much. They're
oh, they're
teal.
pretty. Look at those. You do have to flash people so they can see them during the day today, right?
And then this has a border, and
Look at that. Oh my gosh. How
I
much?
pinned it Friday night during knit night
Okay, I vaguely remember
because I don't know. Lately, I'm like, I don't know what to do during knit night. I should knit or crochet. I have tons of projects, and then I'm like, I
that.
don't know, pin a dress.
But you've been wanting to make dresses.
Yeah,
lately and haven't gotten
I've
around
been
to it,
out
so
of
that's good.
sewing for a while.
So you're
I
getting
have to
back to it.
change up my hobbies every now and then, not
And-
add new ones. No more new
Is
ones.
is it coincidence that your hair? I know you've had the hair in for like a month, but it goes with your dress.
Well, okay, so you see what had
You
happened.
see what happened was. Yes.
My birthday dress had pants that were identical to these.
But
But
they're not the same
I
pants.
bought the wrong size.
Oh, that's right.
And when I say I bought the wrong size, I make my own pants.
Yeah.
And so I figured that 2 yards was going to be the perfect amount. But the
2
pattern
yards is like nothing for you.
the pattern is printed horizontally and not vertically. Or anyway, the width, it didn't work out badly. And
Can you find someone smaller to give them your pants?
I could. Would you like a pair of pants?
I don't know. I suppose I'm smaller.
You are smaller.
Yeah.
Trust me, you are smaller.
Would I wear them though? Is the question.
They'd make great PJ pants. They're batik.
We might have to work on that then.
Okay.
You should bring them in. If you're not going to wear them.
I won't. So then I ordered a larger size of pants and I finished them last night or this morning. Yeah, finished them this morning.
They're cute and they can
And-
go with so much. This is the cool thing about when she makes these outfits and these layers is like you can relayer them in different ways and they look like a completely new and different outfit, but they're pieces of old outfits or like, you know what I mean, right? Maybe. I don't know.
So I needed to make my new pants because something I could sit in and not stand and go, gee, I need a corset today to suck everything in hopes that my pants fit because that's just uncomfortable.
Yeah, I would think so. No, I'm realizing like now that we're open, we've been open for 2 whole Saturdays, but now that we're open and it's not the way some people are thinking open, it's controlled traffic flow. But we're here to help. People can come get assisted outside or inside with a mask, especially with an appointment. On a weekend day. Okay, can't even say that right. And even though we knit most of the day on Saturday,
We were
when
still
we're outside.
busy enough. I only got one Papillon stripe.
the amount
done.
of work I can get done. And during the pandemic, that was how I got work done and sold you all stuff or like inspired you is I worked on a bajillion things. Like the days off that we have, I'm still doing a lot of work for the shop. So
Yeah, our 3-day
didn't get that much work done.
3-day 2-day weekend has now become 2-day 1-day weekend.
Yeah.
And because on Mondays, your entire Monday is
Pretty much.
shocked.
Well, my entire Monday is shop stuff or trying to get life done stuff. Because if I'm going to give myself any time off, which is maybe Sunday, I have to go to the grocery store and maybe laundry gets in there on top of, so like I'm multitasking at home. And I'm sure y'all, especially those of you who worked from home from the pandemic, can relate. You got to try to do 6 things at once. It's not just like, yay, no commute, so I have so much time. We've had to pivot so many times. It's been insane. And we thank you all for coming on the journey with us, But yeah. In olden days, before the pandemic, by this time of year, we would be open 6.5 days of the week.
Yeah.
Because
We only had Monday off.
we only had Monday off. We had a half day on Sunday. And somehow I was tired, but somehow I made it through it. But even that one day
It-
off on Monday,
it-
well,
it took us a while to adjust. Like
Yeah.
when we started doing that, it was like, oh my gosh, we're going to die. And it took about 2 weeks to get into the swing of
With the Sunday afternoons.
with the Sunday
Yeah.
afternoons.
Well, and here's the thing is that Monday, Monday was actually a day off for me then, because I would I would come in on Tuesday and
And do
write the
your
newsletter
newsletter.
while the shop was open, because people just floated in and out. And, you know, obviously if someone comes into the shop, I'm going to help them and give them the best attention I can. But in between that, I could be writing the newsletter and I would try to get it out by the end of the day. And now
I
the
was
way,
also there to
yeah, especially after the first few months the shop was
Yeah.
open, you were always there.
Yeah.
And now the way we run the shop is just so different. And I know some people out there are probably like, well, why don't you just, you know, go back to how you used to run the shop, let people wander. We're not there yet, but and we have online orders, all these things. Like back when I actually took Monday off, I didn't have a YouTube channel with tips and tricks to run. I was working ahead towards, we had classes all day Saturday that I'd have to be gearing up for or finishing on and that kind of thing. But totally different business model.
Like even after we moved in here, we could show up at 9 or even 9:30 and get the morning knocked out. And then you were like, hey, let's start a YouTube channel and let's show up and start filming at 9, which means we have to come in at 8:30, which means
but we love you all.
We do.
So
we love you.
It's okay. Right?
It
Liz,
took an
right?
adjustment period.
It did.
For the wake up.
It
not
did.
necessarily.
Oh, sorry. Well, see, I used to be a teacher, so getting up, I'm trying not to use bad words, crack butt of dawn, wasn't so weird for me. And I can't sleep in. You know,
it is weird every morning to wake up just after sunrise.
It's actually, for me, it's kind of sleeping in, because I used to get up and go for runs or go for walks, and now I get up and film my morning meditation. So again, everything has shifted. My whole schedule has shifted.
I used to get up and go for runs into the gym with friends at like 4:00 in the morning, and then I'd go home and go back to bed.
Well,
because
yeah,
sleep, it's important.
I don't know what she's talking about. You know, I'm just tired all the time. So I just, I get sleep, but whether I get rest is a whole other thing. Like when people see I have all these projects going, they say, do you sleep? And I'm thinking, sometimes. It's not like I stay up all night knitting. I don't think I could do that. I actually, a couple nights ago, almost fell asleep knitting, and it was only like 8:30. That's how tired. That was like Saturday. That was after a full day of extra work,
One of the questions way back in the day, somebody asked, what superpower? If you could have any superpower, what superpower would you have?
Knitting in my sleep.
And everybody would pick random, I want to fly, whatever. And one kid was like, the ability to not have to sleep. And everybody went, what? You can stay up for days, but eventually your body will just shut down and you'll fall asleep.
Or
you'll pass out.
You'll hallucinate and die.
Yeah.
But
like
that would be interesting, wouldn't it? Not the hallucinating and dying part.
No.
The being if you didn't need sleep.
Yeah.
Imagine how much stuff I could get done.
I read a fact thing on Tesla, and he scheduled 20-minute naps throughout his day that totaled 2 hours worth of sleep a day. That's all he slept. And one of his professors from college or whatever thinks that that's why he had a meltdown, because he only slept for 2 hours a day.
Yeah. Not only do you need more than 2 hours, you need it in like a chunk where you can process and store information and have REM sleep. And, there's so many things sleep does for you that I don't really feel is happening for me right now. But apparently it's supposed to be good for you. My cat is getting better at not demanding I get out of bed and keep him company in the middle of the night for just a little bit, just like a walk downstairs and back upstairs. It's so weird, but he will still try to wake me up, or smother you in your sleep.
Or smother me.
And I think I'm training him finally because I just let him smother me a couple nights ago. He came and curled up and just went on my face, and I just went okay. And he stayed there for a little while, and then he wandered away. I think he realized it wasn't as much fun when I just went okay. What you get? That's kind of warm. I'll take it. Next time, go over my eyes so
You
so
are
you block the
cold-blooded.
daylight. What?
You are cold-blooded in the sense that your body temperature is cooler than like the ambient setting of the room. So if it's chilly, you're like, I need more.
I need more quilts and things and stuff.
Yeah.
I like to hibernate. So anyway, all right, we're probably gonna wrap up. I know it's probably kind of short for what our
Short and rambling
for
and
for
oh
what
my gosh, no show notes. This is us every day.
for what we've developed into, because I think back to, we've talked about this before because we had anniversaries and episode anniversaries and things of like our first one was like 8 minutes, and I had my timer set for 5 minutes, and we don't want to go too long and bore people, and now it's like, you didn't go for an hour. This is weird. This is not up to our expectations.
We've set standards and we have to
That
meet
means we
those.
have to ramble for
Well-
longer, people.
Like if we take a day off, well, we can't take a day off because we've set expectations.
I know.
And
Next Tuesday, we have to figure this out. I have an appointment next Tuesday when we usually film, and we're already like, oh my gosh, we have to figure this out because people have expectations.
we don't. We do.
Duh.
I'm like, they won't die. And she's
Are
like,
you sure? They may not die, but they'll be upset. I can't have that. No. I know I can't make
working on
everyone
it. We have
happy all the
plans.
time. I know this. Up here, there's a lot going on right now, especially with therapy, that's up here and not here. So anyway, yeah, we'll keep you updated about what we might devise on that, because we could come in and film on Monday, but then people will
Oh.
think we're open, and
Oh, I have an idea.
Oh,
I'll tell you.
I might
later.
have the same idea. We'll see. We'll compare notes afterwards. I just had a thought. I don't know if it's the same as her thought, but
It could
um,
possibly be the same as my thought.
anyway. Oh, I just had a thought that's an offshoot of that thought. So-
Not a thing. Squirrels in her head.
um, okay, so
Let's quickly run through our week.
no, okay, I had other things I was gonna say too, but
It's quarter till.
uh-huh.
Go ahead.
Okay, here, the whole thing about long, short, whatever. We love talking to you. We talk to you all day if we could. We talk about having an animal cam in here so people could hear the ramblings we do all day, but that's a little much. But
That's a $300 Patreon account.
$300 like X-rated Patreon, because we probably swear and we probably say things about people we love. No, not people we love, but people who annoy us, and that shouldn't get out. But because we all got to vent sometimes. Anyway, no, I was gonna say, like, subscriptions, not, we've got the Patreon account, that was what Liz is talking about, which, by the way, if you'd like to support the fun loving stuff you see here, you can go to patreon.com/sundragon, and for as little as $3 a month, you can get your name in the credits and support us, or you can go to higher levels and get more perks. And anyway, we would actually greatly appreciate if you have the funds or the means or the want to do that, especially if you like what you see here and you have no reason to buy yarn. That's a great way you can say we love what you're doing. The other great way you can say you love what we're doing is give us a thumbs up or a comment, because we love to hear those, and I try to reply to what I can when I have energy at the end of the day, which is usually never. Or you can subscribe to this channel or my tips and tricks channel. But my tips and tricks channel is kind of on the move right now, which is great. And our watch hours are on the move right now for this channel, which is great. And it's like, yeah, if I had maybe made them the same channel in the beginning, then we would be phenomenally doing well right now. We actually are still doing well. We love you all. Thank you for so much. But make Liz happy and subscribe to this channel. So
I do occasionally, like once every 3 weeks, check in with her tips and tricks.
it's not quite as bad as me cyber stalking my now ex,
No,
which I've been
I
really
just-
good at
I-
and haven't done in like a couple of weeks.
I think this weekend I did go and click on tips and tricks and went, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. We get the
I
perks
think-
over here.
I think both of these channels are wonderful.
They are. I love your tips and
And
tricks.
it's not just because I'm in both of them.
I don't watch your tips and tricks, but I love them.
You like them for when you need something.
Yeah, if I need something and she's busy, I
Did
can
you
be
do a
like,
video
"Did
on
you do a video on that?" Because instead of
right.
hounding you and going, "I need help,"
So
I can just watch your video.
I'm kind of assuming anyone who's subscribed here is also subscribed over there because the channel's doing better with subscriptions. But please you consider subscribing to both because then you get alerts when there's technical stuff happening and when we're doing fun stuff like this. So if you're a longtime watcher but not a subscriber, just consider that because it helps us and it doesn't hurt you because it doesn't cost anything. But
And it helps you guys in the long run too, because when we reach certain benchmarks, we
oh
get
yeah,
a sale.
here we give you a sale. If we hit 600 subscribers here, we'll announce a special code for a sale online that you can also use if you walk up to the shop. So
And it's just for you guys.
yes,
Like you don't put it anywhere else.
I did one this weekend that was just if you walked up to the shop and noticed the sign, and that one didn't go so well. But no, but it's just for people who watch us on YouTube, and only if you watch at the right moment, really. Because they're usually short times. You can get discounts on yarn like one time, and I'm probably going to switch them up maybe monthly or every other month or something. Higher levels on the Patreon account get discounts on yarn, things like that. And oh, the 10-minute warning for our first appointment just came up. So we got to wrap it up. Schedule that Liz wanted me to get to like 10 minutes ago. Sit and Stitches tonight.
6 to 9 on Zoom with the code 828-877-3550.
See, she knows it all. Why am I even here? I don't know. But come join us tonight for a more intimate gathering of people from all over the country and sometimes beyond, where we hang. You don't have to be working on a project to come hang with us. It's just good company. And I know a lot of people are starting to get together in person, but again, since we have people all over the country, we're still doing the online stuff. And it's safer too. Double benefit, right? Tomorrow is going to be the VSC, the virtual shopping channel, where we try to sell you stuff or remind you stuff that's in the shop, or if we can, we'll see if there's something we haven't gotten up in the shop that we should. There's a few basics that will take me like 3 days to photograph. So those are harder, but we probably should get them up online at some point. So that's the VSC tomorrow. And whatever we talk about tomorrow will be 15% off for a week. More details tomorrow.
Yep.
And Thursday is Dear Becky and Lizzie. And I don't think we currently have a question for that.
We don't.
Sometimes people are like, oh, you don't have a question? Let me email you something fun. But you don't have to. We filled time today. We can fill time on Thursday. But if you have a question that is knitting or crochet related, you could ask about something else. We may or may not answer it if it's too far afield from knitting or crochet, or we feel like it's too personal or something like that. But if it's something that we can expound upon and maybe you can have fun listening to, send us a question. And at this point, if you want it for Thursday, you probably want to email
Liz@sundragonartandfiber.com.
And if you would like to send us a lovely note, because like a letter or a note, because we keep those all, you can write us. I mean, we keep the emails too, but tangible things are kind of fun too. You can write Dear Becky and Lizzie, Sundragon Art and Fiber, 35 South Broad Street, Brevard, North Carolina, 28712. And that should be in the description. Or email us if you're like, wait, what was that again? So, and then Friday we have Knit Night again, 6 to 9 p.m. We'll remind you of that on Thursday. And our next weekend afternoon sit and stitch is going to be July 18th. It is a Sunday. and it will be the same shop phone number, get you in on Zoom, or you can watch and type comments on Facebook Live. So one less day off, but it's good company. So I consider it a good trade. So, because sometimes we see people on that we don't often see on the evening sit and stitches
We have a handful that only get to come on that
on
one
a weekend. And we love seeing everybody. We see them on social media anyway often, but you know, it's
proof
fun.
of life. We
Yeah,
like
proof
it.
of life is good. So anyway, we got to go because the table's a mess, and actually our first appointment might not need the table, but still we have a big morning coming up. So we love you all. We miss you. Please stay safe. Please take as many safety precautions as you feel comfortable with, and we will keep doing that at the shop. And thank you for your support. And I think I'm done. So bye. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Like, ring the bell, all that other fun stuff.
No, fine. I won't edit this out.